Hey, I'm Justin Chamness, and welcome. This is the Real Estate Wholesalers Club. This is a session that we're doing, number 3, on pretty house wholesaling. Did you know you can wholesale pretty houses too? Absolutely. Did you know you can wholesale a deal that has no equity? Absolutely you can. You can totally do it. You're not just confined to doing just ugly houses. You can do pretty houses too. And I want to show you how tonight, session number 3. Actually, the last 2 sessions have been really, really good. The first week we talked about just getting started, the concept, what it is, getting comfortable with how it works. And then session 2, we talked about creating the subject to financing and how that works. And then this week, we're talking about finding the deals. Where do you get these deals? Where does a guy go if he wants to find deals? We've already talked about the whole crux of everything is having a motivated seller with subject to wholesaling. And tonight, we're going to show you how you can go about finding some of these motivated wholesalers.
Real estate.
Sellers.
This is gonna change.
Not wholesalers. All right, we're back, and we are talking about pretty house wholesaling tonight. I do have a few students that are subscribed to the one-on-one coaching, the mentoring, and a couple that are wanting to pursue pretty house wholesaling. And we were talking the other day about pretty house wholesaling and subject to wholesaling, and I always encourage all of the one-on-one mentoring students to pick a technique to learn, to try to become proficient at this particular technique so that you can grow and develop into further techniques. And so this one particular student actually, she said, I want to do this pretty house wholesaling. And we got to talking about it, and she's right. She said, well, isn't that a whole lot like doing wholesaling lease options? And I said, yeah, absolutely it is. It's just like doing wholesaling lease options. There's nothing different about it other than you're going a little bit farther with the seller. You're getting the deed. You're actually having them take the deed of the property, put your name on it, and it's subject to the loan that they're carrying on that particular property. So subject to wholesaling is really just getting that house under contract subject to the original mortgage, and then selling that paperwork off to a great buyer that has a good down payment for it. Okay, and we can really literally call it a down payment in this particular option because, that's exactly what it is. All right, I see a bunch of folks that have popped on here. Carlos, Kelly, looks like 4 or 5 others. Janet, Marie, thank you everybody for being on here. I'm glad that you're here, and we're looking forward to, we're looking forward to a good night. We want some Q&A. We want live Q&A. So if you got some questions about pretty house wholesaling, I know any of the information we covered in the last 2 sessions. If you're interested in some of that, please start putting it in the chat so that we can get those questions out to you. We really want to make this interactive. We want to make it about you. And so, that's the great thing is we're live right now, so we can go back and forth with one another and talk about what's going on in pretty house wholesaling. What's going on in your mind about this? What's happening inside your mind about this? And is there something that we can do to help clear things up for you? That's exactly what we want to do. We just want to clear things up for you. All right. I know everybody's got a busy schedule tonight, so we're not going to dilly-dally around too awful much. And we're going to jump right into some demonstrations, really. We're going to jump into some demonstrations. Man, we had some great demonstrations the other day on wholesaling lease options. The 4 weeks to your first virtual wholesale lease option class. Super good demonstrations there. Proved out to be a whole lot of fun. A lot of people commented. They were like, hey, this is an incredible call that you just showed us. I'll tell you what, I've got a lot of other incredible calls that have happened since then. And I want to tell you a little bit about them because these are people in our Facebook group too, and they're having some successes with some of this stuff, okay? But before I do that, let me get some of this housekeeping out of the way. Let's get the housekeeping out of the way. All right, if you go to realestatewholesalersclub.com, I want to show you how to find the paperwork, the modules for what we're talking about, so you can go back and catch up if you need to catch up. This is session 3. When you go to realestatewholesalersclub.com, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe while you're there. It won't cost you anything. That way you'll never miss a free training, a free course that we put out about real estate wholesaling. You know, we try to put out a lot of great content here that's really, you know, hands-on, nuts and bolts kind of thing, showing you the way. So put your email in there. Check out this little video. I give you a little tour of the realestatewholesalersclub.com and explain to you what all the menu buttons are for and really what we're doing here. So underneath the video, there is a menu. You can see I'm highlighting the basic wholesaler training button right now. And of course, if you click that, that's where it will take you to some various training courses that are available, and you can hop on those modules. There is also advanced training. If some of you feel like you have already accomplished the basic wholesaler training, you can move forward to some of the advanced and get some advanced courses. And this comes with paperwork and all that stuff too. If it's pertinent to it, it's there. We want to give you everything you need to do this stuff, right? Okay. Advanced wholesaler tools, that's another button. And I'm going to spend some time showing you a little bit about that tonight, because we're going to talk about a couple of these tools tonight. Remember, we're talking about pretty house wholesaling and finding the deals. So we're going to go back to the wholesaler tools here in a minute, but there is also one-on-one mentoring available if you're interested in that. And we do have some students involved in that, and they've got some great stories. I'm hoping one pops on here tonight that I can call in, maybe make her call, and we can have a talk here right live in front of everybody. If you hit that wholesaler tool button, you'll see it takes you down all the way to the wholesaler tools section. And there's 4 or 5 tools there that we use and that we recommend. We are affiliates for them, but that's only because we use them. We believe in them, okay? We use them every day. PropStream, that's one of them. The second one is the automated REI. We've talked about that a lot. I demonstrated that the other day. I'm going to demonstrate more of that tonight. I'm going to show you a little bit more of that tonight, okay? So this might be a little refresher for those that were on the wholesaling lease options training, 4 weeks to your first virtual wholesale deal. Accountability team, it was also free. Hey, Deal Machine, if you guys want to do ugly house wholesaling, man, Deal Machines kick butt for that. All right, now I'm going to talk more about Deal Machine in the fall, and we're going to do another ugly house training. We're going to talk about Deal Machine. All right, Get Response. This is like the backbone of my business, okay? It does almost everything that I want it, need it to do. I pay $50 a month. I have an older plan. You might end up paying 75 or 79 or 100. But let's talk about automated REI. That's really what I want to talk about right now. Exactly. If you want to check any of these wholesaler tools out, you can just go there and click that button. And then, of course, when you click the button, this is what it takes you to if you've clicked the automated REI button. The automated REI is an awesome tool, guys. It is a scraping machine. It will scrape Zillow. It will also scrape Craigslist, and then it will put that information. You're allowed to download that, or you can load it into a text blaster, all right here within this machine, and you can text blast those. And we have had a lot of success with this. Okay, this is an excellent method for creating seller leads on a very minimal budget, which a lot of us getting started have very minimal budgets when it comes to marketing. This is a great way to get your foot in the door for $50, $100, a couple $100. All right, see, yeah, it scrapes Zillow, it scrapes Craigslist, and then it's integrated text messaging, it's text blasting. All right, look at these prices, it's nuts. I know I've shown this to some of you before, but we have a lot of new people coming on, so be patient with me if you're one of the old heads. All right. Now, I don't own this machine. I'm friends with the man who invented it, but that is the extent of it. I use it. We use it. We recommend it. And, you know, but I'm not the progenitor of it, or whatever the word is. Okay, so, yeah, that's the automated REI. It is a Zillow and Craigslist scraper and text blaster. Great for finding seller leads. This here is PropStream. I'm back on realestatewholesalersclub.com in the wholesalers tools section. So you can click here at PropStream, and it will take you there to go see that as well. Now, when you go to PropStream and log in, this is a bit of what it looks like. You can see you can put an address here and hit go, and it'll search that address, and it'll pull up all this information about that address and about that area. Okay, you can see there are 47 pre-foreclosures, okay, right there in that area of this particular address I put in Miami Beach. Okay, so right there in Miami Beach area, there's at least 47 pre-foreclosures. All right, there's 47 possible leads, you know, if you want to work that type of seller. All right, so you can see there's foreclosures, there's all kinds of other things. That this tool is pretty dynamic for whatever technique you're wanting to get involved in. Okay, I highly recommend it. It will save you a couple bucks if you use my link, but whether you use my link or not, it's an awesome tool, and we use it. You can see it pulls up all kinds, just more information. It'll make your head smoke, okay? It'll really make your head smoke because it's just like tons and tons of information. So go check us out at realestatewholesalersclub.com. I think you'll find a lot of really, really great stuff there. Lots of really, really good stuff there. Of course, you can click that advanced courses button, and that'll take you down where you can find, you know, not only Pretty House wholesaling and the modules and all the agreements and everything as well, but you can also find the other advanced stuff we've been doing, like bank-owned wholesaling, like wholesaling lease options, the 4 weeks to your first deal, virtual wholesale. There's also 4 weeks to your first virtual co-wholesale as well. So virtual wholesaling lease options and virtual co-wholesale. I mean, I don't see any reason in the world why somebody would not want to check this stuff out. I mean, for real. See, I'm actually a real estate investor, and I'm assuming that you want to be a real estate investor also, or perhaps you want to take your real estate investment business to the next level. You want to work with properties like this one right here behind me and make lots of money. Well, folks, it's actually possible. There are a lot of people out there teaching real estate investing, but they're not actually practitioners. What I'm saying is they're not actually real estate investors. But the things that I am teaching are things that I've developed over the last 20 years of actually investing in real estate, actually out there wholesaling, doing lease options, doing fix and flips, and other things as well. We have spent a lot of time developing techniques and strategies that have been time tested in the field, and what we're sharing with you is not theory. It works. So you see, what I'm offering you is a shortcut, a way to bypass all of the unnecessary struggles, unnecessary failures, the wondering if you're doing things correct or not, and get yourself right on the right path and not waste any more of your precious time. All right, yeah, definitely don't want to waste any more of that precious time. So while you're there, check us out. We do one-on-one coaching. Is Alepha on here tonight? I see a lot of people hollered out at me. Hey, God bless all you guys. Ron, Carlos, Kelly, Marie. Carlos said Justin is live, baby. It was like he was screaming that live, the words live and baby, because it's in all caps. I love Carlos. He's a great guy. He's a super good guy. All right, well, throw your questions in the chat. Remember, guys, from last week, we were talking about how the best deals always come from sellers who have no other options. It's funny, that phrase reminds me of a little bit of a Saturday Night Live skit that I saw when I was probably a teenager. I'm in my 40s now. And it was talking about how it was something like they were looking for motivated sellers. It was kind of a spoof on real estate investors, I guess, and they were trying to mock real estate investors. And so somebody was like, they were trying to mock, Carlton Sheets at the time. And Carlton Sheets, he had infomercials on late at night. They were talking about, it was a skit where there was a guy trying to make a house look haunted so people would move, and he was creating a motivated seller. It's kind of funny. I don't know why that popped in my brain, but it's kind of pointless. But yeah, the fact of the matter still is today that the motivated sellers are really the best people to work with, and the unmotivated ones you don't want to work with. Okay, the ones you need to talk into doing this, the ones you need to convince or spend a great deal of time, answering loads and loads of silly questions and getting put off this way or that way or the other, or just straight up the ones that say, I'm not sure, and this doesn't sound like it's for me. Don't convince them. Don't even try. Just let them go. Okay, let it go. Ryan, hey, what's up, dude? Good to see you on here, and Janet, good to see you too. Yeah, the best deals come from sellers with no other options. We've had two really successful stories that come from the one-on-one coaching that happened today and yesterday. Yesterday we had a call with a gentleman, me and one of the students I'm coaching, and we were calling a guy. We were on a three-way call, deal closing assistance. Okay, so I was there on the three-way call with this student of mine and the potential seller, which after a brief conversation we find out actually this guy's a property manager and he has a bunch of properties that he would consider. Okay, all of those, that lead was found on automated REI. I think she sent out 40 or 50 texts and had that guy he'd respond yes. Remember I said, you usually want to use yes, no, or maybe, right? In your your outgoing text. That's like Pavlovian magic words that says, hey, just make it easy for me and tell me yes, no, or maybe, so I'll know your interest level in this proposition. Okay, so yes, that's exactly what she did, and so it was a great response. And we talked to that guy. So that guy was he was like, yeah, that sounds like something I would do. So onwards to the next step with that guy. She sent him the packet, her seller paraphernalia packet for wholesaling lease options, and we're moving forward with that deal. But that guy did not, we didn't have to fight that fish to get him in the boat. You see where I'm coming from with this? We didn't have to fight him to get him in the boat. All right. The other call was one today. Me and another student were calling a seller down in Florida, and well, we thought he was in Florida. Turns out he wasn't in Miami Beach. He says at the very beginning of the conversation, he says, now wait a minute, what property are we talking about? This was a lead generated on automated REI as well. This guy sent out 37 texts, and he got this one in as a response, and it was a yes. So we called him together, and he was like, wait a minute, what property are we talking about? We're talking about what now? And he said, are you talking about my New York property or my Miami property? Well, we were really trying to call him on that Miami property, but he said, my Miami property's rented out already. We can't do anything with that. He said, but I got one in New York, if you were calling about that. I said, well, yeah, I mean, tell us the story on that one. So, that guy said yes. That guy said yes to one in New York. So, it's really not complicated, guys. The best deals come from people that don't fight you, and they are out there. You just don't want to waste your time getting involved. You see, some of us get so desperate, right? So desperate for a deal that we're like, hey, we need to get a deal, and we're going to make this guy, we're going to turn this into a deal. No. Just go do another text blast, get more responses, get a few more yeses, and talk to those. Quit trying to convince other people to do something that, they are not going to do. It's not going to work. It's going to wear you out. It's going to disgust you. It's going to make you want to quit the business. All right. All right. So when you're getting started, keep that in mind. All right. We did talk about creating the financing last week. That's a little bit about how you talk to the sellers last week. So if you missed that, catch up on session 2. You remember our example property was worth $200,000. They owe $195,000 on it still. Okay, they have a payment, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance is $1,550 a month. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take that $200,000 property. We're going to buy it from them subject to, that ST means subject to. That means the original, their loan, the homeowner's loan is staying in place, but the deed is being changed. The name is being changed, right, to our buyer, actually, technically. Because we're gonna sell the paperwork before, all right, before any of that happens. Now, We're going to sell it though for $205, subject to that $195,000 loan balance, which leaves us a $10,000 spread margin, and we're going to collect that as a down payment from our buyer. And then they're going to assume that $1,550 payment. That's how it works. That's how it works. Yep. So, yep. Yep. How do you find these deals? Well, I just explained to you a couple guys we're doing this week, a gal and another guy. Yesterday and today, we're using automated REI. Sent out very, very few texts, to be honest with you. They both had a really good return. All right. So, yeah. I'm going to show you a little bit more about that. Would you like to see more about the automated REI? Let's take a look at it again, because this is the method that you need to employ. All right, hold on. This is the method, guys. If you want to find pretty house deals, this is the method that you need to employ. Okay, there's lots of things you can do. Okay, you can do flyers, you can do postcards, you could do bandit signs on the corners that say, "We take over payments, sell now." It's a good idea. "We take over payments, sell now." That might have been an atomic bomb drop for some people. Hey, that's a great marketing line. "We take over payments." Yeah. You got somebody that's hard up on the payment? Yep, they'll be dialing that number. Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. But automated REI is also a great way to reach a large amount of people. Pull out the motivated sellers from amongst the crowd and deal only with them. This is the automated REI. I showed you this just a little bit ago, but I want to give you a little bit more detailed tour of this, because this is working. This is working, right? All right. If you're having a struggle in your mind saying, "Man, what's going to work out?" Signing up for this, that's working. Yep, it's working for other people. I mean, you could lie to yourself and say, "Well, it wouldn't work for me." I mean, yeah, you're right, because you're the only person in the world that this doesn't work for. I guess. Go over here and sign up. I mean, it ain't no big deal. Look, do you see a credit card thing on there? No, it doesn't cost anything to sign up. Okay, so sign up. Do you know how much money Justin makes when you sign up? Zero. Okay. Do you know how much money Justin makes when you go and you put money on your wallet and you pay to play and you do some scraping and you do some text play? You know how much money I make? Zero. I'm not doing this for the money, baby. I'm doing it because it works. I'm just trying to help a brother out. I'm just trying to help a sister out, right? This is what I use, okay? This is what I do. This is what my team does. This is what my students do. When I'm on one-on-one coaching with somebody and they're on the phone, most of them, I'm over here at the automated REI, showing them how to do an automated text scrape and blast, and helping them work those leads, what to do with these leads, how to do it, what to say, blah, blah, all that. You know what I'm talking about. I'm doing three-way calls with them sometimes. Yeah, that's because we're using this stuff. Okay, when you sign in, it looks like this. There's a menu on the side. It's that gray bar going up and down the left over here. And each of these big white blocks on the dashboard in the middle of the screen, they correspond with those buttons over there. So either way, you press the big white block or you go over here to the gray bar. It's all the same, okay? All the same, not complicated. And you can see it says dashboard, my account, you know, Zillow scraping, skip tracing history, list pulling. Okay, well, let's start up here at my account. And you can see there's $31 left in this wallet, okay? I signed up for free, but I'm not going to be able to do any scrapes for a penny a piece or whatever it is unless I've got some money in this wallet, okay? But I can sure play around in here a lot and kind of figure it out before I put money in there. Absolutely, you can do that. please do. If you feel like you want to go in there and play around with that, go through all these buttons over here. Just go through them all. Okay, just go check them all out and go play around. There's no money in your wallet. You can't do any damage. Okay, but put some money in your wallet when you're ready to go, because you can't do anything until money's in your wallet. All right, now I went down here to the next button, which is Zillow Scraping. And you can see I just named a campaign. Anything you want to name it. I could search for agents or owners, but this pops up and says you can't do both. Not at the same time. Okay, that's okay. I don't want to do both at the same time. All right. I can search by city, okay? And as I type a city in there, it's going to let me pick out what city, you know, it's going to help me narrow it down to the right one. I could also upload zip codes, 15 at a time. I can select the day and the hour that I want to do my scrape of Zillow, okay? Over here, I can do by keyword, I can do zip code, I can do filters. All right, I'm going to show you what the filters are, because this is pretty remarkable, guys. I mean, I don't know if you realize, and I was telling somebody this earlier today, 2019 is about the most amazing freaking time to be a wholesaler. Holy shit! It's amazing. Can you imagine what we were doing to get to these results 15 years ago when none of this stuff existed? Oh my gosh. I mean, literally, it's like, do you want to wholesale or not? I mean, because the tools are there. It's really like that nowadays, guys. If you want to drive for dollars, God, man, there's Deal Machine. It's an amazing machine. I was telling somebody about that earlier. Right? Okay, so anyway, you can see I'm gonna select home instead of just like apartments, condos, townhomes. But you can pick what you want. Pick what is pertinent for your area. Okay, right? And then when you get done with that, picking your filters, you can check the data count and see what it would scrape and what it would cost. When you're ready, okay, if you need to go back and change filters, do that. When you're ready, hit that create campaign button, that green one right there, and bada bang, you're on to the right, off to the races. All right, I moved over to the left over here to the bar again, and I click skip tracing, the menu. And you can see everything is just real easy to fill in and fill out, right? Here, if you've got 100 names that you would like to skip trace, okay, cool. You can skip trace them here, and the results will be right here in the skip tracing history tab. Okay, a minimum of 100. Okay, if you're going to do one or two, go to familytreenow.com and just do it yourself manually. It's free. Okay, you'll be amazed at what a genealogical website can give you on contact information for people. FamilyTreeNow.com. Okay, but here's list pulling. If you want to build a list, you want to buy a list, and you want to have it skip traced, okay, you can do all that right here. And see, look, it's all fill in the blank. It's like, it's pretty user friendly here. Okay, list pulling, and then here you have list pulling history. So once you've pulled a list, it'll be right here. These are some new features, guys. New features. They haven't always been here, just in the last 2-3 weeks, I think. The next one is Craigslist Scraping. And you can see it fills out much just like the Zillow one. Hey, Alepha, will you call in here in a minute? I see you just popped on. Will you call in here in a minute and tell us the experience you had with the automated REI and that guy? Just so people will hear a story of a real person using this, and that it actually produced leads, and it actually produced a lead that somebody said yes just right off the bat. And it wasn't like a hard conversation to talk to them. Would you call in and just share with me a little bit about that? All right, you can see on Craigslist Scraping here, I'm totally doing whatever Craigslist market I want. All right, guys, so you're not limited to some geographical constraint here. It's whatever you want. Yeah, but Alepha, if you could call in, that'd be awesome. Okay. And you can do that whenever you're ready. We'll tag you in right here. Just call in. It'll be just voice only. All right, but you can see it's just filling in the blanks, guys. I'm going to pick Alaska just for fun. You can see it gave me some city choices, some market choices. I could upload cities. I can pick the dates and the times and so on and so forth. I can do all that. It's real easy. Real easy to do. And look at the filters here. Housing type. Yeah, parking. I can get so specific, I can make it where I get no leads. You know, really. I mean, it's funny, but it's so true. You know, I can make it so specific, I can make it where I get no leads. Yeah, absolutely. So when I've got it the way I want it, though, I think I can hit check data count. And if it's not the way I want it, I can go back and change the filters and play with it a little more, then check data count again. When I'm ready to go, I hit create campaign. All right. And then that will end up over here in the tab on the menu, scraping history, and it'll say scheduled. You see where it says completed here? Well, it'll say scheduled until it is completed, and then it'll show up as completed. Now, when it's completed, you can click that button and view, and you can see it's a spreadsheet, and it's got all of the listings that it scraped. So if you wanted to go look at a listing to see what that particular house or property looked like, or what the information on Zillow was, you can go right there and look at the Zillow listing. And look at that. Wow, phone numbers. Well, you're going to need those when you go to do your text blasting. All right, so yeah, that's exactly what it looks like when it scrapes. Pretty simple. It's amazing technology today and what it does for us. Now, you can go over here and click the green button if you want to start doing a text blast to those numbers, right? To those numbers that were just scraped, you can hit that green start SMS button, and it'll take you here. And this is where you can start an SMS campaign, which is a text blast, guys. SMS campaign, that means text blast. So you're going to do a text blast. You're going to fill in the blanks here, just like we were doing on all the other form pages. We're going to pick a date and a time, right? We're going to pick basic stuff. We're going to hit go. When we're ready, we're going to hit go. Hey, I think we have Alepha here on. Alepha, is that you? Alepha,
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. It's you. Hey, thanks for calling in.
Oh, please.
I'm glad you called in. We want to talk to you about this automated REI experience you had. Do you have a few minutes to chat with us?
Yeah, I do.
All right. You want to tell us all about it? That's great. All right. Well, hold on and let me introduce you. Hey, everybody. This is one of my one-on-one coaching students. Her name is Alepha. She's coming out of San Diego, California market. That's her market of choice. And you know, there's some pricey houses out there, but that means there's bigger profits to be had. So I'm real excited for her, and she's been looking at doing the automated REI just of late. So only had just like one or two experiences with it. I'm glad Alepha is here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for calling in. So now, tell me, what happened? What's your experience with the automated REI? And just give us the gut bottom experience, your opinion of the entire thing, and good, bad, ugly, indifferent, go.
Okay. Well, thank you. It's actually one word is awesome.
Okay.
It's I sent out. I know I posted. I sent out my first text campaign the other day with about 48 texts, and I got about 17 replies in. And out of one of those, one of the guys just told me, "Hey, I'm interested. Please call to discuss." So we called. He discussed it, and I sent him over the lease option memo. This was following up because I had sent it out, I thought, but said he didn't receive it, so I just resent it. So I'm just following up with him, and I got plenty of other replies from a new blast that I sent out just this morning that I'm going through right now.
So basically, you're able to do the scraping and then a blast on your schedule. So when you're going to be busy doing other stuff, you're not doing blasts. And when you're ready to do some things and talk to sellers, you can do a blast at that time.
Right. So I scheduled the last one to go out at 9 o'clock this morning, and I've already gotten replies. So I'm going through those right now, answering the people back with the interested and the maybe. Yeah,
that's great. That's super good. How many scrapes did you pull? Do you remember for this one?
Yeah.
For the one that we're talking about, where the guy that you and I spoke to on the three-way call.
Oh, that one scraped up about 60 something, and 48 texts went out.
Okay, so 48 texts went out, 68 scrapes, 68 listings were scraped, and then 48 texts went out.
And then I got 17 replies.
And 17 of those replied, and some of them were no. Right?
Right. Some of them were, hell no, don't contact me again. Some of them were, we're not interested in that type of agreement. And then I got that one guy that said to call.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was cool because he, not just that property, but he had other properties that he had this type of agreement in mind for.
Yeah, that's an awesome thing. So, like, it might be bonus, right?
Yeah.
Bonus.
Exactly.
That's incredible. Not all of them work out like that, but that's super cool when it does, huh?
It's pretty awesome.
Well,
Another thing, because I've been waiting for something like this to come across so I don't have to spend hours and hours, searching for these myself. So literally, I went in, I did the scrape. I think it takes like 24 hours for the scrape, and then I just, set it for when I wanted the blast to go out, and it saves so much time. So I really like it.
Yeah, that's great. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad it's working for you. How much money do you think you spent on that 68 scrapes and 48 texts? How much do you, just if you don't?
Well, I only put $50 in the wallet, and I got, let me see, I got 3 campaigns going out. So let me see, 127 on one, 48 on one, and 3 on the other one. And then I've been texting back and forth, and I still have like $36 left in my wallet still.
Yeah. So like $14.
So, so
not bad.
Awesome.
Yeah, not too bad. Not shabby. Not too shabby. All right. I appreciate you calling in, Alepha. I don't really have anything else. Do you have anything else you wanted to share?
No, it's a no-brainer, guys. Totally, at least just try it. Throw $20 on there and just try it.
Right, yeah. Get in there and play around and get some experience with it. Get some confidence with it. Hey, it's not hard, guys, as much as it is just different. It's just different, so it's going to take a little bit of getting used to. But it definitely does work. Hey, I'll talk to you soon, Alepha. Hey,
okay,
good job.
Thank you.
Good job, too. And we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye. All right, guys. So, the thing is some people think, well, but she said there was a lot of no's in there. And yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what you want. You want a lot of no's. Hey, every no that got returned to her is a no that she didn't have to spend listening to on the phone infect her confidence in her ear hole. Okay? Every no that she got was what saved her from having to get on the phone and talk to that person and have them tell her no, with all of the time invested and all of the her that's invested into making a call to somebody, a cold call, so to speak, and to have them just shoot you down over and 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 over until finally you found the one that said yes. Yeah, that's the way it used to be done. We called 178 people and we found one. Yeah, that's how we used to do it. Today, we do it in a matter of minutes with technology. And then every no, we ignore. Every hell no, we definitely ignore. Okay? The maybes, we might visit with a little, but we ain't going to chase them too far. And then the yeses, we're going to explain to them what we're doing, and we're going to tell them, hey, this is how easy it is. Let me send you our little paraphernalia and the agreement. You can give it a look over. Very, very easy, very, very simple. All right, if you want to know more about talking to sellers on Pretty House Wholesaling Subject 2, go back to Session 2, where we talk about visiting with sellers and how to explain to them the financing. All right, we're back here at the automated REI, and I'm over here at the tab that says SMS campaign history. And you can see this is what happens when you've done a text blast. It says one was completed. I'm going to click the view button, and you can see it pulls up a spreadsheet with all of each line, each row is a different text that was sent out. And you can see over here in the third column over from the digits, right here, it's where I'm highlighting. That's the responses. It populates a spreadsheet. So when you're ready, go back, check your spreadsheet, get your leads. You see there's a big fat no right there. Great, great, super good. Best news I've had all day. That's an asshole I don't gotta talk to, right? Okay. Sorry guys, but you can see there's a lot of really good opportunities. These two right here aren't any. They're not good opportunities. One just flat out said no, and the other one said, yeah. We're only intending on selling this bad boy, so no, we're not interested in doing any kind of special deals. We're not motivated enough. This one here says possibly. What's the terms? Yeah. Go talk to that guy. Okay, right? One guy said, I just sent to you. Don't even know what the hell he's talking about, but he might be somebody nice to talk to late at night if you're lonely. Right? Now, this guy down here, he wants to know more about the deal. I'll definitely call these guys. See, these are possible yeses here. The first guy and the third guy, they want to talk more. I'm not wasting my time on the no's. I'm talking to these guys. Now, I could talk to them with this conversation button, but what I do, guys, is I move them right over to my cell phone, and I talk with them that way. Okay? But that's how you get leads. That's definitely how you get them leads. You got to get leads. If you don't have leads, you don't have deals. If you don't have deals, you don't have money coming from this business. You got to get them deals, people. I love you. That's why I'm showing you how to do these deals, how to get these money, how to get these leads that lead to the money. You got to get these leads. It's really simple, guys. We do two things to get these deals, and that is number one, PropStream. It's a great tool. But our second tool and our primary tool is the automated REI for getting pretty house deals. Pretty house deals. Some of them will go subject to, and some of them will go wholesale lease option. Either way. But this is how it's done. Students are doing it right now. Why not you? Why not you guys? I don't make any money off of that shit right there. I'm not selling it to you because I want to get rich. I'm telling you because that's what I'm using, man. I don't make a dime off that. Okay? I don't know if the guy that owns it is making any money off of it. It's so cheap. Somebody wants to know if I can do subject to wholesaling in California. California can be difficult. Brother, I've never heard that you can't. I've never heard that you can't. If somebody knows better than I, just let me know. Now, laws change all the time. I know that. Okay, but I've never heard that you can't. Now, they'll probably try to tell you can't. Well, that due on sale clause and all that in the law, and everybody gonna come down and get you, and everybody please poo-poo on my dreams. I don't know. I mean, educate me, somebody, if it's illegal in California. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a real estate investor. Subject to. If it's illegal in California, let me know, but I don't think so, guys. I really don't. Anybody else got a question? You know, like it's not really legal to do sandwich lease options and stuff like that in Texas. I know that. I know that there's some people that are afraid to do assignment deals in Ohio. You know, I know there's some difficult places. You know, it would seem if you listen to the chitter chatter. But, you know, there's people doing things wherever they are making money, okay? Now, they might not be doing a lease option and sandwich lease. They might be doing a wholesale lease option, or they might be changing it to a subject to deal, or they might be, okay? Yeah. So don't let the chitter chatter scare you away from learning more and doing more, okay? All right? And, you know, if you want to know the legality of something, it's real easy. You just go Google it. Right, pretty much nowadays. All right, guys, does anybody have any questions other than those things? And I would love to answer any more questions that you might have before we sign off tonight. I really appreciate everybody being here. This is session 3 of Pretty House Wholesaling, and we are wrapping up finding the deals. Pretty easy to do. You can do it in minutes, guys. Some of you have been talking yourself out of success in this business. You know, that's funny. These one-on-one coaching students, they get signed on, and they have the same amount of disbelief in what's going on and unaware of what's going to happen and how this works as everyone. But when they keep moving forward, and they are moving forward because they're one-on-one students, then basically what they're doing is they're stepping forward in spite of not understanding everything. And as they move forward, it becomes clearer and clearer and clearer. Kind of like the headlights on your car only light up 90 feet, 90 yards, whatever it is. 90 feet, I think. And then, you know, the further you drive, the more it illuminates up the road. You know, but if you're sitting still, you can only see so far, guys. If you're sitting still in a parked car with the lights on, you can only see so far, but if you put the gas pedal down a little bit, you can see a little bit further up the road. You know, these one-on-one coaching students, some of them are a little bit mind blown because, yeah, they ran a scrape on automated REI. Yep, they did a text blast, and yep, them and coach got on the phone, and oh, here's a yes. Oh, here's a yes. Oh, this is crazy. This is the easiest shit in the world, seems like, doesn't it? Well, it's not the easiest in the world, but it is pretty simple. It is pretty simple. So, you know, you guys can do this. I believe in you. If I didn't believe in you, if I didn't believe that, you know, like I've told you before, man, I'm not great. I'm not really great at anything. I'm not a great person. A lot of people look up to me, and they should stop that. They should look inside themselves. Because I'm not really anything special. I'm not really an educated person. You know, I've had a million different jobs in my life and things I was going to do this and try this and whatever. And I've always come home to wholesaling. Always come back to it because, you know, it works, man. I mean, this is a way for me to make $5,000. You know, $10,000. And with the tools that are out there today, you're crazy if you're not. You know, if you're not doing it, you got to ask yourself why. And maybe when you're asking yourself that, when you're asking yourself why you're not doing it, maybe you should be asking yourself that while you're looking at it. Hey, thanks for watching. But don't forget to post, introduce yourself, tag a friend, like us, leave a comment, subscribe, share this video. Just do something. Don't just sit there. There's all that money out there. You got to get going. Get in motion. This is Motion Real Estate.